Hey there, my beautiful angels. Thank you for joining me. This is Sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All. I'm Tigra, and I'm continuing to bring you for the next 2 days your first half of your July energetic readings. Thank you for those of you who've watched, subscribed, or continue to support the channel with your energy and comments for the few videos that I've already posted tapping into your July energies. I'm going to wrap that up, like I said, within the next 48 hours. And then we'll be back to our usually weekly schedule. And then around the 15th or 16th or so, I try to do your mid-month updates. So you can kind of come back to these readings and see what has transpired or what has been added to the readings that we started out the first half of the month. Okay, my cards are always blessed, prayed for, and shuffled before each reading so that it saves time of doing that. But sometimes, if the energy drives me to, I will shuffle. I do chime or ring a bell at the beginning of my readings most of the time to clear the energies and vibrations, not only in my space in which I am recording the video, but also in the energetic spiritual space of our energies combining together and cleansing any karmic or any bad aura that's in the air. We want positivity and light, and we want clarity to the direction of the messages in which I am shown for you. Okay, if this is your first time passing by, I welcome everyone, no matter what sign you are. You could be a cross watcher. I welcome you. Just hit the subscribe button and the all notifications below. And remember, if you're not sure if I'm posting, just search for me by name, Sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All. My videos are timestamped so you can advance and go back and kind of do it however you wish. But do try to watch the videos in their entirety. One, because you could be missing out on some great information. And two, because it helps the channel to continue to grow. And it helps with the YouTube algorithm, unfortunately, which is required in order for my content to be shown to the rest of the Sagittarius community. So let's begin by cleansing the space. I have been recording a few videos, so let's cleanse the space. Heavenly Father, bless my hand and my energies, my thought and intuition as I tap into the general career and finance reading for Sagittarius for the month, the first half of the month of July 2024. We pray that all Sagittariuses are financially healthy, that they are abundant, that they welcome the blessings that you provide to them, oh God, and that they are hard workers and that they get compensated for the work that they do. And in Thanksgiving, may they pay it forward. Amen and amen. Okay, so most of you are not new to this. You follow me or you follow many other channels. And when shuffling, cards will pop out. And depending how you feel about it intuitively, and it's an individual feeling, you either decide to keep that card or not. So as I was shuffling two of the many decks that I'm using for this reading, two cards popped out. And it's just energetically the way how I felt that they popped out, that they wanted to be heard and there was a message to be said to you in July in connection to these cards. So we're going to first start with that. The first card that popped out was the card of loss. So for some of you, luck may not be on your side. And we have our moments when we're unlucky, but for the most part, I would say 80% of the time, Sagittarius is very lucky. Okay, but like everyone else, we do have our down moments as well. So not all of you, because remember, this reading's not going to pertain to everyone, and not everything within the reading is meant for everyone. So take what applies. But some of you are going through a little turmoil, a little financial chaos, maybe a little disruption in your workplace or your work environment. You're unsure of what you want to do, or maybe you're bored and tired and disgusted at what you're doing. You want to change up the pace. So some of you might feel that way because you feel like you're losing at your job, whether you're losing wages, you're losing respect, you're losing your interest in the job. The other significant loss can be coming from a whirlwind type of energy within your community, within your job, the corporation, the owners, the partners themselves, or if you are a independent worker, if you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, then there could be something going on, with your financial records, the stability of your partnership. Maybe the products that you used to sell, there's really not a need for it anymore. Maybe you need to rebrand. So there's a lot of things that could contribute to why this card has come up in this month of July as far as your career and finances. So it's just a lookout, again, for some of you, not all, to be mindful that you could expect some type of financial turmoil, some unexpected financial loss, or change in your financial flow in the near future. Not far future, near. So it could be something that could be happening right now, or I would say sometime before fall begins. A job could make it very difficult for you if there is layoffs, if there are severs in partnership, mergers, acquisitions, um, tension on the job that you feel is building. A lot of people leave their job not because they don't like their job, but maybe because, of uncomfortability with fellow coworkers, or if you have a problem with a particular supervisor, there's bias, etc. So a job loss could make it difficult for you, especially if you're in the middle of a lot of financial expenses, or you were hoping to make a big purchase, a big ticket purchase like a home or car, do some massive repair to your residence, start a business, pay for your children's tuition, or go on your dream trip, or complete something on your bucket list. It definitely, anytime you have a fluctuation of money, whether it's a great abundance of it coming in or greater loss of it going out, yes, it can throw a wrench into your plans. It cancels most of your plans, or at least definitely puts a halt to it. Also, you could be trying really hard to make ends meet because of the challenges within your job. For those of you who haven't seen a raise or an increase or any type of monetary compensation, even though you're working really hard for it, but the company just doesn't have that type of money flow. So they might be giving you other little perks rather than raises, but all those other little perks can't pay the bills, right? So all these are challenges that many of you could be facing. So when we talk about loss, when it comes to your career finances, it can be one or a combination of all these things at any particular time in the near future. We'll pull a card later for time to see if we can narrow down possibility, if the universe will allow us to see or have an idea as to how far in the near future. Also, when I was shuffling the tarot deck, the Four of Wands card came out. So totally opposite end of the spectrum from loss to celebration, because the Four of Wands card is a card of celebration, right? So it could be you are going to suffer a financial significant loss, which could affect some plans for you in which you was planning a celebration. So let's say you had an unexpected pay cut, a pay loss, an unexpected pink slip come to you, you severed ties with your job without having something else lined up. You could be putting a deposit on your wedding. You could be paying for your wedding pictures for a wedding that already took place, right? You could be planning for a graduation or some type of big epic event, whether it's for you directly or immediate family member. But financial loss will affect this particular celebration in which you are planning. So it's not to say that the event might be canceled, but you might have to kind of reshuffle and maybe downsize the extent of the event. You might have to maybe lower, if you haven't already sent out invitations, you might have to shorten your guest list. So it's good when we have these notifications intuitively and from the universe that some things might not work out according to plan, so you can make adjustments now in the early stages, right? So just be aware of that, and if this really does apply to you, start making those adjustments so that you're not caught off guard. First few cards we start out with is the Rebel, Investment, and Emotions. With the Rebel, some of you are trailblazers and you see things from a different way in life when it comes to your career and finances. And a lot of people might not agree with you. But think of it, most of the great inventors and people who really became successful in life, people probably laughed at them when they first created. I'm sorry, she's totally flipping the camera. I don't know why she wants to sit underneath me when I'm recording. Um, it could be the insecurities, right? The actions that my pet does when I'm recording, I feel like it's a sign. So her insecurities, her wanting to be near to me, um, the rebel. Sometimes you feel insecurities in your ideas and what it is that you want to do financially and professionally. But the rebel, even with those insecurities, you still plug through. Think of everybody that has done great things and created great things and mastered great companies. I'm sure in the beginning people didn't agree with them. People probably laughed at them about their big dreams and big ideas. But the rebel knows ultimately that if they have this dream, if they have this energy, if you have that desire, it's been placed for you and in you for a reason. So consider yourself a rebel, but don't call yourself a rebel. Call what you really are. You're a trailblazer. You're setting new sights. You're opening up new paths and ideas. You're going where others have never dared or thought of going before. So you see things differently than the average Joe, and you set a new path that eventually others will follow, and they will be able to open up and not be so timid and shy and come out of their shell and expand on what you have started. You have a great spirit for those of you who are these go-getters, and you're great with teaching others how to do things a better way, how to stop doing things the same old regular way. So you're very creative in that of changing things, in automation, in technology. The only thing that holds a rebel back or a trailblazer is old beliefs about money, old ways of thinking. And not to say that we are to discard the values that our parents and our mentors and the values that we have self learned throughout our journey, but with time and age, you have to adapt and change. You don't get rid of your foundation or your core of your stability of learning and skill set and wisdom, but you have to be able to add to it to flow with the times so that you're competitive with the more youthful and more excessive workforce out there. A lot of baby boomers, might not have degrees or might not be able to be energetically as active in the workforce, but they still have a great amount of talent, and there's a lot to be learned from your baby boomers who now are your seniors that a lot of you young Saggies might look up to. So there's still a lot to be taught and to be learned by these rebels and these so-called trailblazers. And if you feel that you identify as one, again, hold on to your old beliefs and your old way of doing things, but then be able to adapt and to change with the growing changes in the industry, in the world, and just financially on how money is moving. With the card of investment, for many of you, your finances are looking pretty good at this time, even though some of you are going to have some losses. And you can still be doing good financially and still suffer losses, but your losses are not that extreme that it puts you in the poorhouse, and it puts such a minor dent that you still are doing quite well. And listen, when you play in the investment world, you have to know there are risks and there could be, shortcuts, and there could be long-term gratification, but you can also experience unexpected losses. Set a strong foundation and you will see the fruits of your labor. And that's what I was just talking about intuitively to you. All the seeds, everything that you've learned, whether you've learned it on your own or you've combined that with the lessons that you've been taught from your family, your parents, those that you look up to, the information that you get from the internet and other wise people. Ultimately, you have to work hard to get what you want in life. Nothing comes easily. Even if you are lucky and blessed, you still have to work at some point. The work never stops. It's just sometimes the degree to how much you might have to work might not have to be necessarily the same, but work you still must do. And I know as some of us get older, we get tired. So you just have to find another way to do the same things that you used to enjoy doing and being productive without it taking too much out of you physically. Again, you have to be able to be adaptable. You have to be able to go with the flow and changes. And with the card of emotions, many of you, you're letting love relationships or partnerships or the problems within your love relationship or the highs of your love relationship. Because you know when you're in love and you're he and you're kikiing there and having fun and you forgot that you had this project you had to do because you were out all night having great love making and just having a wonderful time, or you were too busy crying from a lost breakup or yet again another disagreement or argument with your partner. Whether it's a positive emotion or a negative emotion, definitely your love life can play a role in enhancing or taking away from your financial stability. And your relationships can affect your careers. How many times have we seen people during our lunch break or even in our office environment arguing on the phone with their boyfriend or girlfriend or their spouse, or worse, their partner shows up at the job outside, or the person comes to work late, looking all disheveled because they had like a real bad situation the night before with their partner. So we see it in the work environment. So you do bring that to your job. And when you bring that to your job, first thing in the morning, you're not starting out working because your friends are going to be consoling you, your co-workers, your boss is going to call you in the office, checking your mental health, checking to see if you're good, you know? And so half of your morning is just kind of trying to get you back to reality and to get you focused. So by the time you start working, really, it's probably 1 or 2 o'clock. So the emotional ties that you have to your relationship, both good and bad, can take away from your careers because of the time that you now are not allocating to your attention, to your focus, to your responsibilities of your career. When it comes to your finances, sometimes love can get in the way and be a challenge because you're spending too much money on a partner. If you have partners who are not financially stable like you and you're carrying the tab for everything, or you find yourself loaning them money a lot, or you just give them the money because you're trying to help them up on their feet, that can impact your finances. The things we do for love, right? So you have to be careful on your emotions because your emotions can have you act out against your financial stability. And the nest egg that you've been saving can easily be gone overnight. So be very mindful to detach your emotions so that it doesn't impact your financial flow in a negative way. Also, many of you are paying too much attention to your love life and not balancing out your energies. Love will come and go, and so will jobs as well. But love is not going to pay the bills. Love is not going to put a roof over your head or clothe your kids or pay for their college tuition. So let's keep it real, or let's keep it a buck like the young kids would say, and really put in perspective what is important and what is of true value to you. If you're ignoring your career, you're ignoring your abundance, you're ignoring your path, you're ignoring your purpose. Because many of you, your gift, your talents could be tied in to your career. Many of you might not like the job that you're in, and I get it, but don't let your emotions show that while you're working. You know, have the poker face. Do your job, come in, show up, and work hard until something else comes along. But don't give them a reason to separate from you or to ask you to leave when you know you need every single dollar you can get from this job. So even though earning money doing something that you like is most favorable, sometimes we don't have that luxury, at least not in the beginning, until we figure out what our dream job is. So until you do figure out what your dream job is and you align yourself to get that fulfilled, keep your emotions in check, be attentive, be focused on the task that you are assigned to and that you are paid to perform at your job. We also get the message of arguments. Didn't I mention arguments? Didn't I say something about arguments? Coming to work disheveled because of a rough night. So, yeah, be on guard with people that you deal with regarding to money matters. You could be having an argument with your lover over a money matter. Again, they're very dependent on you. They're not doing their share. Or they make great money, but they're out there socializing and blowing it on everything else and not taking care of the household and their responsibilities, putting more pressure on you to pick up their slack. And these arguments turn into negative energy and toxicity, which affects your financial flow and then also your career. Make sure that everything is in order to avoid monetary problems. Many people keep their own separate bag from their spouse or partner. And keep tabs on what your partner is doing. I mean, you know, you don't have to be a mother to them, but if you see that they're acting funny when it comes to money, if you see they're not being as generous, if it seems like they're running on hard times or they're not really talking about their job, maybe there's something going on. Communication. What's done in the dark will always come to the light, but hey, we wanna be able to work through it before it becomes an issue. So definitely some of you will find yourselves arguing over money situations with your partner because it's affecting you emotionally, it's affecting your work and production, and more importantly, it is messing with the financial flow of your home. With the card of prudence, see that credit card? Stay away from those credit cards if you do not have the money to pay that monthly bill and the interest that will follow. People are so quick to grab credit cards like it's free money. It is not free money. That is your money that you're spending, money that you might not have, money that is not promised to you. Because when that bill comes, it comes to your name, your social security number. You have accountability to this card. So charging things recklessly, buying things for a partner or friends who are not stable themselves financially is not a good look for you. So be cautious on how and when you use and the frequency of how you use your credit cards. Don't go over your limits. Try to have a monthly budget or a quarterly budget on how much you are willing to spend on a credit card that you can actually pay back in full with interest, or try to pay it off before the high interest accrues. Put something aside for a rainy day. Not everything you need to have now. Don't worry about what everyone else is buying, because some people don't care they put themselves in debt as long as they look good on the gram and on social media. But at the end of the day, those things have to be paid for. And then finally, again, creating a budget, staying within it, and most importantly, the lesson for you to learn and to really be sharp about your money and smart and intelligent in your financial movements is to live within your means. You can't live like your big friend that has the big white picket fence house that might be making over $100,000 or so a year if you make $35,000. You're not on the same financial level. Live within your means. And even when you're living within your means, you can even lower it a little bit more so that you can put away for extra for those rainy days, because we all know those rainy days do come. At the bottom of the deck, we get beware. Again, being prudent. Things are not always what they seem. So with your companies, some of them might seem like they're doing good, but their books might not be all what they cracked up to be. Your management could be holding things back from you. They could be making moves and not being transparent about it. Financial situations between you and your partner, again, maybe they have a job crisis. Maybe they have an addiction where the money is going right through their pockets to serve this addiction, whether it be sexual, drugs, whatever, you name it. See, beware and be smart and calculating like a fox, and notice the flags. Notice the change in activity. Notice when there's a lot of noise, and notice when it's dead silence. Both signs and indication there could be something going on behind the scenes that you should be alerted to and you should be concerned about. Careful who you talk to regarding your money and business matters. You know my thing. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. In all situations, you have to have privacy. Even in partnerships, you disclose a lot, but you always have to have a little put aside for yourself for those rainy days, for those unexpected moments. So really, the right hand not knowing what the left hand is really great, sound, old-fashioned advice to live by. Don't make any type of financial commitments right now, especially if you feel that your job could be in jeopardy or your company is not in a great place financially, your relationship is not in a great place financially, if you're experiencing health issues or anything that can cause you to have to stop working abruptly or change the flow of your activity with your ability to work. Curb your spending. Put those credit cards away. Cut them up if necessary. Let's go to one clarifier card, change of mind. Some of you might be changing your mind on a financial purchase or a particular job that you're looking into. Something could have transpired. Maybe you got a better offer, or you just decided to go in a different direction. It's okay to change your mind. Sometimes when you change your mind, it's because intuitively your gut feeling is telling you the direction you were going is not the direction you need to be on. I feel good when I can help others. Many of you, you pay it forward all the time, whether you have it or not, and that's a beautiful thing to do. And remember, the more you give, the more that you get. So paying it forward does help you in your blessings. And it is a good feeling when you help others and when you can. But help them within the confine, right, of what you have available to help. Don't leave yourself without, okay? But make sure that when you have that extra and you can help others, please do so, because there are so many people in the world in need. There are so many people that are struggling. And there, for the grace of God, go any of us, right? Let's go to my Tigress Tarot Fortune. We get, you're making the wrong decision, taking the wrong steps, negative outcome, bad news. So we just got change of mind before, right? So be careful. Some of you might be attempting to make the wrong decision in a job choice or financial venture or an investment that you might be trying to do. Or maybe you're thinking about withdrawing your 401k much earlier than you should be before retirement age. You're taking the wrong steps. It could bring a negative outcome and be accompanied by bad news. So if you already got, that funny feeling, your gut feeling, your intuition is telling you not to do something, or at least not do it right now, this card just confirms that. We also get manifestation blocked, delayed, again, bad news. So unfortunately, this month of July, some of you will be burdened with some bad news when it comes to your career and finances. Some of your blessings may be delayed or blocked, but it's just a temporary thing. But some things will be put on hold for various reasons. We also get spend less, save more. So listen, this is how the energies are coming out. So these are really strong reminders and indications for a good portion of my Sagittariuses who feel something is not right with their company, or they feel the instability of the world. You know, you're questioning your finances, you're questioning, do you have an emergency fund? So really tightening up the ship and really spending only out of necessity is really the best way to go. So spend less and save more. We also get a debt owed to you will be repaid, but not when you need it. Some of you are very quick to lend money when you have the money to give or to lend. Again, we got that it does feel good to help others, right? But it's one thing when you're helping people financially or emotionally than when you're giving them actual money as a loan. Because some people, you know, they play with you and they twist your words. So whenever you're loaning someone a substantial amount of money, it's always best, I don't care if it's family or friends, get that written down on paper. Have a witness, get it notarized, do whatever you have to do, but make it a contractual agreement so that no one gets it twisted later when it comes time to pay you back. Put a timeline when you expect the money back. If you want interest on that loan, put it all in writing. Because when you don't, then you have these situations where people act funny. They have the money, but they don't want to pay it back, or they want to pay you back how they want to pay you back. So you're going to get the money back from most of these people, but they're going to nickel and dime you. They're going to take their time and give it to you when they want to give it to you. So may this be a lesson. When you have it to loan to others, get it down on paper. The bottom of the deck we get delay in plans or outcome at this time. Be patient, wait further. Didn't we say this throughout this reading? So, you know, there's a lot of cause for concern about finances and your careers this month. Whether it's an internal problem with you and your partner or your family, or it's a problem stemming from your employer, the corporation, the business. So there is going to be delay in plans. Even your company, whether it's privately owned, your independent contractor, or it's a big corporation, even they are delaying plans. And you could tell, right? Like if certain events that your company used to have, they all of a sudden they're canceling them, or they're having them, but they've scaled them down. It's extra kind of quiet in the office, or there's a lot of chatter and gossip, you know, or you just see from working within your individual departments that the flow or the amount of work just isn't there. People have too much idle time, right? There might be talks of cuts or layoffs or mergers or acquisitions. So as the company cuts back and you see these changes, it's always a warning sign that they may not be in a good position fiscally or financially for this particular year or quarter. You have to be patient, but do your homework, do your due diligence, and make sure that you are good and that you're prepared in case things go left with your company, in case you are asked to leave, or in case you suffer a pay cut of some sort. Wait till you get information, of course, before you make any dramatic moves, but start lining up and getting all your ducks in a row, because it's the worst thing to get, you know, kind of caught off guard. So keep your ear to the ground and go with your gut feelings and follow your heart. In the middle of the deck, we close with my deck, self-employed, entrepreneur, social media, or blogger. These are all professions that some of you might be in, or opportunities for you to look into, especially if things are kind of shaky or not really sure or concrete with your current position. You might look into being self-employed, a self-contractor, or entrepreneur. You might look into being a content creator or a social media vlogger. And we all know, just because you're not working for a big corporation Don't think there's not a lot of work involved in these particular careers where you are the boss. When you are the boss, everything is on you. So it's even more work. It's harder. And you really have to be in a great mental space. And more importantly, you have to have that financial backing and go out there and get the education and the training and the courses that you need to protect yourself so that everything can run as smoothly as potentially expected, whenever you are running your own business. As we're coming to a close, before we tap into the tarot, stop overspending. A lot of you putting yourself in the red, knowing that things might be shaky at your job or your relationship, or your partner might be on the brink of leaving and leaving you with a big tab. Stop overspending. Stop trying to impress people. Stay within your means. Remember, that came in the message. The messages are quite repetitive. They're coming to you in this reading for your career finances in July in various ways, but it's the same tune. Stop the overspending. Rainy and hard days might be coming to you financially and in your careers, so you need to start preparing. Put away those credit cards. Stop buying the unnecessary things. Stop giving your kids the world. They've got to learn values of dollars and cents, and be able to learn to appreciate what they have and work with what they have, and don't worry about what you don't have. It'll come to you when you're ready for it and when it's meant to come to you. We also get cursed money. All money ain't good money. Don't find yourself getting set up there in a trap, or having a partner or someone within your company, or taking a side hustle job to get quick money, and it's not good money. Some people, the love of money, wanting to be, in the thick of things, wanting to be competitive with their neighbors and friends, the peer pressure, will do anything to stay in the limelight. But that is putting not only your life, but your whole foundation, everything that you've built so far, up for grabs. So watch who you get money from, watch who you work for, and how you get your money. Because negative returns can come from that if it's not coming from the right place, or you're not doing the right thing with it. Living it up, you made it. Others of you, the money is flowing in, you're living it up, you're whining and dining, you're having champagne, you're out there in the clubs, you're adding to your house, you're driving the nicest cars. That's great. But everything happens, right? Nothing lasts forever. So you might be doing good now, and congratulations to those of you who are, but put aside for a rainy day. Your luck and blessings, they come and go. But you should enjoy what you work hard for, by all means. Pay it forward, put some aside, and then, yes, enjoy what you have. You made it. A lot of you, your dreams can be coming true. Everything that you work so hard for, you're getting recognition for. So you're on the upturn. But not every Sag this month is going to be on the upturn. At the bottom of the deck, we get time to take things to the next level, leveling up. A lot of you who are doing good financially, you're going to want to continue to see your money grow. So you might be increasing your investments, or you might be looking into more involved investments where there are more higher risk, because you feel you can take a little hit and loss. So remember, if you're in the stock market, if you're into investing, invest wisely, but always make sure that you don't lose your core of what you've gotten so far, right? Give yourself a little leeway to lose a little. And some of you are risk takers. You'll risk it if it gives you the greater abundance that you're looking for. So some of you will try to level up. Others of you have already leveled up. As the pirate is here, this is, connected to financial flow, financial gain. Having pyrite with you and on you can help you do that. So a lot of you are working hard to move further in your company, to start your own company, to network, maybe to partner with someone else. So thinking ahead and thinking about growing financially is a very important thing to do at this time. Let's get another clarifier. Hell yeah. That's right. Those of you who can level up, the universe is saying, by all means, go ahead. This is your time to shine. You've worked hard. We're not going to stop you. As we come to a close, can we show Sagittarius? And this is a long video. I might break it up in two. Hopefully it won't take too long. I lost track of time. We're at the 40-minute mark. But this is your general reading for career and finances. So, it is a little extensive. But watch it as you can, but watch it in its entirety so you don't miss out on anything. So as we come to a close, well, judgment. Those decisions that you make, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and then the Five of Cups. Many of you, as we wrap up with this first half of July career and finance energy, you think about past opportunities, past job offers maybe that you should have taken and you didn't take, or the opportunities that you applied towards or was working towards that didn't come through. Some of you, money lost in investment, money lost in loaning to people, or lost in, bad relationships. But you still have, the reminder with the Five of Cups is, don't cry over the spilt milk. What is gone is gone. You can't get it back. Those cups are empty. They're gone. But you do have two cups still behind you that contains your emotion, your strength, your stability, and hopefully the energy financially and the funds financially and the wisdom to continue working hard and growing further. And maybe sometimes you need to start over and learn from this loss and this lesson, to start over again, to rebuild and even exceed past what you lost. So hope is not lost with the Five of Swords. The Five of Cups. There's always the chance for opportunity and growth because you still have something to build from. You didn't lose everything. And even when you lose a job, you're not losing everything. Most of the times you get a package, or you get unemployment, or you might already have another job offer, or your company will provide a network for you, or you have your own network in order to look for a job. Sometimes when you lose a job, be honest, some of you are really happy. You're like, wow, thank God I'm free, because your job was holding you. You felt like a slave to it. You were unhappy. You didn't like the company, or you didn't agree with your coworkers, or somewhere along the line, the company or the process of what you do at your job just wasn't the same, didn't bring you that same joy. You felt unaligned with this. It was no longer your purpose. So sometimes the universe will release us from a position or an employer, or as in a relationship, if we don't take the steps to do it ourselves. So sometimes you are kind of grateful that they let you go, because maybe you were too scared to do it yourself, and now this gives you the opportunity to do something different, to maybe really align yourself with your path and purpose. A lot of you're going to be thinking about the things that you've done wrong, or the wrong choices that you've made in your career and finances. You're going to walk away from situations where you're tired of fighting over finances, or arguing with supervisors, or tired of going to court. And when you stop fighting and stop being angry and really check your emotions and get yourself together, back to center, here comes the universe with the Ace of Wands. Here comes the universe trying to help you, trying to remind you who you are and where your strength lies. Here comes the universe and your angels listening to you during times of need, reminding you that with every ending, there are also beginnings. To continue to be ambitious. This is a time for you to create. It's a new opportunity, a new way for you to look towards your finances or your careers. It's also the sign of a new job with the Ace of Wands, or new business ideas, or just self-confidence that you are free now to do what you want to do. Now you can be that entrepreneur or that self-employed person that you always dreamt of being, but you were just so afraid to take that leap of faith. So things happen in our life with our careers and finances that aren't necessarily good, but in the long run, when we allow ourselves to go with the flow of the energy, even when it's negative, we come out wiser on the other end of it, because you can use those negatives with the positives that you have inside you to continue making your dream come true, to continue going down the path, maybe now aligning yourself with the type of career or the type of financial stability that you've been looking for, making better investments, wiser use of your money, not following the crowd, doing what you want to do, dancing to the beat of your drum. So things will happen in our careers and in our finances, like I said, that will set us back, but we can grow from them, and we can regain and even exceed past the losses. So, the Five of Cup energy, it could linger, but it's not something to be depressed about. It's not something to be angry about. You learn and you move forward. The Ace of Wands is right there. After you go through the lessons and the karmic energies, you come out, and guess what? You'll be able in the future, as you have done in the past, you will be able to help others. And the universe, again, that's like their thank you. That's their recognition that you've done good all along, that you've been a good person. That it comes when you least expect it. The unexpected money, the unexpected job offer. Because you've been working hard and doing the right thing all along. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get judged for those mistakes. But the wise person inside you, the smart person that you are, will get it all together. You're going to realize, listen, I still have something to build from. I might have messed up. I might have lost it. But this happened for a reason. I'm going to make the best of it, and I'm going to grow and learn from this. My luck and blessings have not left. They've just been a little delayed. They've been changing, altered in some fashion. So I hope this has been rewarding, enlightening, and hopefully it applies to some of you, so that you will look at the positive side of the negative situations with your finances and your careers, and always keep your eye on the sparrow. Be hopeful, have joy in your heart, and go through the process learning the lessons. And remember, you're still lucky, and you're more than blessed. Namaste.